Dillian, the body snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Now, as I'm sure most of you will know already, and if you don't, I'll tell you anyway, which is Tyson Fury. He's an ambassador for mental health, such being some of his own demons that he still goes through now, and most notably a few years ago when he was literally on the brink. Anyway, he was on the UK TV show this morning called This Morning, and he was speaking about Deontay Wilder. And in a nutshell, what it is that he's saying about Wilder is that he believes that Wilder's having some kind of mental breakdown. He's worried for Wilder's own mental health, for the fact he keeps coming out with ludicrous statements, and he's only a phone call away. And if he can help Wilder overcome these mental demons, then that's what he'll do. So he's only a phone call away, which would be quite an interesting phone call, wouldn't it? That Deontay Wilder will call up the man who humiliated him for the whole world to see, pull down his pants and spanked his bare backside, stripped away his WBC belt, stripped away all kind of dignity from him, bounced him up and down off the canvas, just all round humiliated him to the point where he has had to come out with, along with his toxic fan base, the most stupid, overreached excuses and conspiracy theories that has ever been in boxing history. And not just one or two of them, but several of them, all at the same time, where all of these things happened. Not just one or two of them, but all of them happened. So you can kind of imagine how the phone call would go. It would be pretty bizarre, and I'd love to be a fly on the wall if that conversation was to take place, where Wilder will call up and say, "Hey Tyson, can you help me overcome these mental demons where I believe that you spiked my water, or you had my trainer spike my water, or somebody spiked my water. You've had loaded gloves. The referee was on your team. My own trainer was on your team. Everybody was on your team. The whole world was against me. Woe's me, woe's me." I mean, what is it that Tyson Fury can say? Absolutely nothing. But the thing is, this isn't a one-off incident, okay? This isn't just something that Wilder's just come out with now. Of course, it's all damage control, and yes, he's humiliated. And that's what it is, because his ego has been shot right between the eyes. That's exactly what's happened. He's had his left nut removed, is pretty much what's happened. His whole dignity is gone, but he's made it worse with the excuses. But Wilder has always been of this kind of ilk. This is the man who said that his biggest wish, or one of his biggest wishes, is to be pregnant. Fact, not an opinion. Go Google it. Wilder said this. This is the guy who has done countless things like that before. You know, he strangled a woman for whatever reason. He made excuse after excuse about why the Anthony Joshua fight didn't happen. Even turned down $100 million and then unraveled the whole lot of it only a week or so ago with one line on his Instagram, which was that he turned down more money to fight Anthony Joshua, which was a so-called easier fight, according to him, to go take a harder fight for far less money for not undisputed against Tyson Fury. So he just undone the whole lot of it. But it's easy for Wilder to do because he does have a fan base that will back up anything in the world that he says. If he wants to walk around with beads inserted into him, his fans will go, "Well, yeah, we do that too." This is the kind of mentality that these people have. But will Wilder reach out to Team Fury or Tyson Fury directly? Of course not. Of course not. And it's not about pride, it's about ego. Wilder knows nothing else other than make excuses. He knows nothing else but damage control. This is what he's always done. He's so used to being wrapped in cotton wool. He's so used to being protected and put in fights where there's no way he's going to lose this fight. And Tyson Fury, especially the first time around, was supposed to be that man. He wasn't supposed to be ready for Deontay Wilder, an active heavyweight with a big punch. He wasn't supposed to be going the distance with him, let alone have to rob Tyson Fury on the scorecards and then get humiliated in the rematch. Wilder is used to having things his own way. Wrap him in cotton wool, feed him to gatekeepers and journeymen throughout the majority of his career. And when he finally gets put into a position where he may have to fight somebody who's ready, somebody who's actually going to turn up to win, he doesn't know how to handle it. He can't handle fame. He can't handle publicity, which is why he speaks in an alter ego. The Bronze Bomber. The ancestors gave me this power. Named his belt Sophia after the creator of life and all that kind of stuff. It's it's not normal behaviour. It really isn't. So is Wilder suffering from some kind of mental breakdown? Yeah, arguably, but he's always been this way. Or as long as he's had a camera in front of him, he's been this way. It's just pure damage control. I think he probably needs some kind of psychic, I don't know. He just needs to sit down, lay down on a couch with somebody to say, hey, this is not good enough. This is not normal behavior. How you're speaking, how you're acting is not normal. I know you're involving yourself with a degenerate fan base who are just as mad as what you are. They will back up any old claims just to get their AdSense, just to get their super chats. They're very game to be conning the public. And yes, unfortunately, there are enough dim-witted people in the world that would believe these people. Not necessarily because they truly believe it, but because they want to believe it so bad that they convince themselves that it's true. Wilder often says, speak it, believe it, receive it. In other words, if you bullshit enough and then you start to actually believe that bullshit, then the bullshit's going to come true. But that's not reality, is it? Just isn't. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see what Wilder does. Is he going to reach out to Tyson Fury? I mean, is Tyson Fury the right man? I mean, maybe, who knows? I mean, with Tyson Fury being an ambassador for mental health, he's helped loads of people. He's had conversations with many, many people. But I'm not too sure that the man that he conquered would be the right person to give him a phone call. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all in the next video.